Good morning, VBHS. This week we're covering some VBHS updates, the new President of the United States, and some international news stories worth mentioning.
Sports, weather, and of course student subs and bloopers. Enjoy!
First things first, a round of congratulations is in order.
Congratulations to Caitlin Salmeron for earning a $3,000 scholarship and third place in the Thea Foundation Visual Arts Scholarship Competition.
Congratulations to Trevor Edelin for becoming the first wrestler in VBHS history to record 100 wins by his junior year.
Hey juniors, this one's for you. If you're planning on going to college but don't have the means to do so, the College Prep Scholars Program offered by QuestBridge is a great opportunity for you to get started. We'll post a link for more information in our description in the YouTube.
Anyone interested in trying out for the Pointer Cheer or Dance team for 2021 through 2022 must attend a mandatory meeting on Sunday, January 31st in the Commons at 3 p.m.
If you have any questions, please contact Monica Berry for cheer or Taylor McKenna for dance.
Do you want to send a special gift to a friend, teacher, or someone special? Order a soda for a homie from an FFA member this week before school or during lunch. Sodas with a sweet note are $1 each and will be delivered Friday, February 12th.
And last but not least, for your VBHS news, don't forget about these upcoming dates. Our next CAPS meeting is February 3rd. We'll be sending out the link so you can view the VBHS virtual talent show during this time if you haven't already seen it on our YouTube. Voting will stay open that weekend. February 6th is the next ACT.
February 15th is a virtual learning day. March 10th is a junior ACT. March 16th and 18th are parent-teacher conferences. March 19th we have spring break.
I'm Brandon. And I'm Avery.
And I'm Sam, and this is Pointer Pack News Sports.
Both the girls and the boys basketball teams play Tuesday against Siloam Springs. Good luck tonight to both the boys and the girls as they head to play at Russellville. Both the girls and the boys will also play tomorrow, yes that's right, on Saturday at Claire Bates Arena against Greenwood. The girls start at 6 and the guys follow at 7:30. Go Pointers.
Our Van Buren wrestling team faced off Tuesday against B West and yesterday against Greenwood. Congratulations to Grant, Taylor, Shiloh, and Trevor on winning the tournament last Saturday.
The Chiefs and the Buccaneers will face off in the Super Bowl February 7th. It's going to be a great game between Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. The NFL will allow 22,000 fans to watch the Super Bowl live, including 7,500 healthcare workers.
Tom Brady is entering his 10th Super Bowl of his career.
This has been Pointer Pack News Sports.
Hello, fellow Americans. For your U.S. news, we have a new president.
Near the end of his inaugural address last Wednesday, President Biden named 6 crises that the U.S. faces: the virus, climate change, growing inequality, racism, America's global standing, and an attack on truth and democracy.
He also made it clear that he was ending the Trump administration's hostility to global cooperation by halting the U.S. withdrawal from the World Health Organization.
Biden signed 2 executive orders on climate, one that recommits the U.S. to the Paris Climate Agreement and another that reverses Donald Trump's hostility to environmental regulations.
Biden also extended a federal moratorium on evictions and asked the relevant agencies to do the same for foreclosures and federal guaranteed mortgages. Americans with student loan debt also won't owe principal or interest through the end of September. All in the same day, he ordered the end of the construction of the border wall, while also the administration studies its legal status called the Congress to Defend Dreamers program for undocumented Americans, a program Trump once targeted. He also ended the travel ban targeting Muslim-majority countries. The broader immigration platform involves a creating path for citizenship for an estimated 11 million people. Relatedly, Democrats officially took control of the Senate after 3 new Democratic senators. Senators Raphael Warnock, John Ossoff, and Alex Padilla were sworn in.
That's not all Biden's putting into effect. Biden mandated mask wearing on public transportation, including planes, buses, and trains. He is requiring negative tests for international travelers and quarantines on arrival. The good news? The 7-day average of new cases in the U.S. has fallen 16% from a week ago, and the declines are occurring across all regions.
More than 65 million doses of coronavirus vaccines have been administered globally, according to Bloomberg. The U.S. have been averaging 1.16 million doses a day over the past week. At this rate, we can hit Biden's administration's goal for 100 million shots for the new president for the first 100 days.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump granted clemency to former White House aide Steve Bannon. This is part of a wave of pardons and communications issued in his final hours in office. But he did not pardon himself, members of his family, or lawyer Rudy Giuliani.
As a part of more than 140 pardons and communications, Trump also pardoned rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black, who were also prosecuted on federal weapon offenses, were also granted pardons.
More on Trump. Facebook has developed an oversight board created last year as a Supreme Court of Content Moderation. The 5-person panel gets to make decisions that not even Zuckerberg can overturn.
Trump will get to make a case for why he should be allowed back, and the public can submit comments next week. Then the board has 90 days to decide.
Although it was set up as a public accountability mechanism, the board allows Facebook to hand off some of its most controversial moderation decisions. This Trump case may be its Mulberry versus Madison.
But wait, we're still not done with Trump. The House will transmit its article of impeachment for former President Donald Trump to the Senate on Monday. But under a deal struck between Senate leaders, the chamber will then pause until February 9th to give the prosecution and defense time to draft and exchange written legal briefs.
The U.S. State Department officially declared the Chinese repression of Uyghur Muslims in the Xinjiang region as genocide. The U.S. recently imposed a ban on Xinjiang-made cotton and tomato products.
China has sent hundreds of thousands of people to indoctrination camps and has forced women to undergo sterilization.
On Tuesday, Pompeo declared that China was committing genocide against minority Muslim groups in the Xinjiang region, one of a series of moves the Trump administration made in its last few days to wrangle Beijing.
Because of this, China proved again why it's the top geopolitical thorn for the U.S. when it placed sanctions on the former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and 27 other Americans.
A court in Bangkok sentenced a woman to more than 43 years in prison for criticizing Thailand's monarchy. The government has pursued more such cases since anti-government protests last year. Last week, suicide bombings killed at least 32 people in a crowded market in Baghdad.
Tens of thousands of Russians rallied in support of the opposition leader Alexei Navalny on Saturday. It was the biggest nationwide showdown in years between the critics in the Kremlin and the Russian authorities. More than 3,000 people were arrested. The broad scope of the protests from the far east of Moscow signaled widespread fatigue with a stagnant, corruption-plagued political order that is President Vladimir Putin has presided over for 2 decades.
As always, we like to wrap up our news segment with some random news worth noting.
A SpaceX rocket launched 143 small satellites into orbit, and if that sounds like a lot, it is. 143 payloads is a new record for a single rocket.
TikTok rose past Facebook to become the most time-consuming social media app in 2020. According to App Annie, users spend an average of 21.5 hours on TikTok per month, 325% more than last year. All of the top 5 social media platforms experienced an uptick from 2019-2020, but none as dramatic as TikTok's.
Consider hashtag snail talk alone. A hashtag full of snail videos has over 24.3 million views.
Because of this, China proved again why it's the top geopolitical thorn for the U.S. when it placed sanctions on former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and 27 other Americans.
No Time to Die, the 25th James Bond film, has been delayed for the 3rd time, to October 8th. And lastly, the iconic TV host Larry King died on Saturday at 87. Having racked up more than 30,000 interviews during his TV and radio career, he gained a lot of wisdom. Here's one of our favorite Larry lessons.
I remind myself every morning, nothing I say this day will teach me anything, so if I'm going to learn, I must do it by listening. I never learned anything while I was talking.
Hey everybody, it's Brendan Miller back here with some more Pointer Pack News weather. Hope you're having a fantastic Friday out there. As we look at temperatures today, they're going to be in the low 50s and we're going to be seeing partly sunny skies. As we look at the weekend weather, unfortunately on Saturday we're going to be seeing a steady rainfall throughout the day with temperatures in the 50s. But as we transition into Sunday's weather, we're going to be seeing more sunny skies and temperatures in the upper 40s. As we look at next week's weather, we're going to be seeing sunny skies Monday and Tuesday. And then as we look at the middle of the week, we're going to be seeing rain chances on Wednesday and Thursday. As winter is coming to a close, spring is right around the corner and temperature outlooks are looking above average for the area. So hang in there everybody, it's almost time to ditch those jackets. That's about it for the weather. I'm Brandon Miller, signing off.
My hands on myself. Pick up dust them all, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl is in need. Am I coming out of left?
Now watch out.
Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. I'll be over and out, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 1986 now. I'll be over now, but I feel it still.
7,500.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Signaled widespread fatting.
Fatigue. CAPS meetings, February 3rd.
Oh, dude, weather.
Hey, Ray, you still like this?
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to, we're gonna make you.
Slow down.
Well, also,
Wait.